Stop chasing people, stop proving your worth. When you focus on yourself, everything you've been chasing starts chasing you. Let me tell you something powerful, something most people never realize until it's too late. Your greatest investment in life is you. Not your friends, not your job, not the opinions of others, you. Because when you focus on yourself, everything around you starts to align. Your peace grows, your confidence strengthens, and your results multiply. We live in a world that constantly tells you to look outside yourself, to compare, to compete, to scroll, to seek validation. But here's the truth. The moment you start focusing on yourself, you disconnect from the noise. You start realizing that the world doesn't owe you anything, but you owe yourself everything. You start seeing that growth doesn't come from being liked. It comes from being disciplined. When you focus on yourself, you learn that it's okay to be misunderstood. It's okay to walk alone, because that's where your real transformation begins. Not when people support you, but when you support yourself. Most people waste their energy trying to fix others or prove something to the world. But the wise ones, the successful ones, the peaceful ones, they turn that energy inward. They start asking, what can I do better? How can I grow? How can I control my emotions, my time, my focus? You see, when you pour energy into yourself, your habits, your mindset, your purpose, you become unstoppable. You start walking differently, talking differently, thinking differently. People will notice. They'll say you've changed. And they're right, you did. You stopped living for them and started living for you. So from this moment on, stop letting distractions steal your destiny. Stop wasting time on people who don't value you. Stop giving attention to things that don't help you grow. Because when you focus on yourself, your discipline, your vision, your growth, life starts rewarding you. Opportunities show up. Peace replaces chaos. You stop chasing what's temporary and you start attracting what's permanent. This is not selfish. This is self-respect. Because the more you build yourself, the more powerful you become. The world changes when you do. Now let's break this down into 5 powerful keys, each one a step toward mastering the power of focusing on yourself. The first step to focusing on yourself is learning how to silence the noise. Noise isn't just sound, it's distraction. It's people telling you who you should be, what you should do, and how you should live. It's comparison, it's social media, it's judgment, and most people spend their entire lives drowning in it. But when you decide to focus on yourself, you must step away from that noise. You have to disconnect from what doesn't serve you, because focus can't exist in chaos. Growth doesn't happen in distraction. There's a quote that says, "You'll never find peace until you stop listening to the world and start listening to your soul." That's the truth. Every successful person, every leader, every visionary, they had to walk through a season of silence. They had to cut off the noise so they could hear their own voice. When you sit in silence, you start to see what really matters. You start hearing your inner guidance. You begin to understand your priorities. That's when the transformation begins. Not when you're surrounded by applause, but when you sit alone and ask yourself, who am I becoming? So take a break from the noise. Turn off your phone. Unfollow people who drain your energy. You don't need everyone's opinion, you need your own direction. The time you spend scrolling through someone else's life could be the same time you use to build your own. Remember, peace is not found in the crowd. It's found in clarity. You can't focus on your goals if you're constantly distracted by other people's timelines. Stop letting outside noise control your internal peace. The moment you master silence, your focus becomes sharp. You start noticing what truly matters. You realize that peace is not something you find, it's something you create when you stop. Letting noise control your focus, that's the power of silence. It clears your path and allows you to truly focus on yourself. Motivation will get you started, but discipline will keep you going. When you focus on yourself, you stop waiting for the perfect mood, the perfect day, or the perfect opportunity. You understand that your goals won't care how you feel. They only respond to what you do. Discipline is the bridge between your dreams and your reality. It's what separates the dreamers from the doers. Everyone says they want success, peace, and happiness, but very few are disciplined enough to earn it. When you start focusing on yourself, you replace motivation with commitment. You no longer rely on emotion, you rely on structure. You wake up early not because you feel like it, but because your goals demand it. You go to the gym not because it's easy, but because your future self depends on it. You study, you grind, you plan. Not for approval, but for progress. People who focus on themselves know this. Discipline is freedom. Because once you train your mind to act without waiting for feelings, you become unstoppable. You stop being controlled by moods, laziness, and doubt. The reason many people never change is simple. They're motivated for a day, but disciplined for none. But if you stay consistent, even small steps compound. Every rep, every habit, every decision, it builds you. When you master discipline, life bends in your favor. Because while others quit, you continue. While others talk, you execute. That's how you separate yourself from the crowd. Discipline is the ultimate act of self-respect. It says, I believe in myself enough to show up every day, even when it's hard. Focus on yourself by mastering this principle. Let discipline become your lifestyle, not just your tool. Your energy is your currency. Spend it wisely. You can't grow if you're surrounded by negativity. You can't focus on yourself if you're constantly giving your energy to people who drain you. Protecting your energy means protecting your peace, your focus, your dreams. Not everyone deserves access to you. Some people want your time, but not your growth. Some people want your presence, but not your progress. When you start focusing on yourself, you must set boundaries. Boundaries don't mean hate. They mean respect. Respect for your vision, your time, and your mental health. You're not obligated to attend every argument you're invited to. You're not required to explain your piece. You owe it to yourself to say no, without guilt. Remember, when you stop entertaining nonsense, your life becomes peaceful. When you stop chasing people, your energy becomes powerful. Protecting your energy means choosing what deserves your attention and walking away from what doesn't. Energy flows where focus goes. So stop wasting energy proving yourself, fixing others, or revisiting pain. Focus on what builds you. The people meant for you will match your frequency. The rest will fall away. Protect your energy like your life depends on it, because it does. When you focus on yourself, you must fall in love with growth. Every day, your mission should be simple. Become a little better than yesterday. Growth isn't about perfection. It's about direction. It's about progress, not popularity. You don't need to compare yourself to anyone. You just need to measure yourself against who you were. Read more. Learn more. Move more, fail more. Because every challenge shapes you. Every loss teaches you. Every win reminds you of your strength. People who focus on growth don't waste time competing. They're too busy evolving. They're students of life. They embrace feedback. They welcome discomfort. They chase mastery. When you grow, you outgrow. You'll lose people, habits, and environments that no longer fit your new level. Don't resist that. It's part of your evolution. Be obsessed with growth. Because the moment you stop growing, you start dying. The final key is this. Stop competing with others. The only person you need to beat is who you were yesterday. Comparison kills focus. Every time you measure your journey against someone else's, you lose sight of your own. You don't know their struggles, their sacrifices, or their timing. So why compare? Your path is unique. Your timing is divine. Your story is yours. Be your own competition. Wake up every day and ask yourself, how can I improve? What can I learn? How can I be better? When you focus on competing with your past self, you stop worrying about validation. You stop chasing approval. You start chasing progress. And that's where power lives. Your success isn't determined by others, it's determined by your consistency. So don't rush. Don't compare. Don't envy. Focus on your lane. Your time is coming. Just keep building, keep believing, keep becoming. Because the day you stop trying to prove your worth to others and start proving it to yourself, that's the day everything changes.